Welcome back to Car Show 1, your home for classic car stories, powerful engines, and legendary designs. Today, we're taking you into the golden age of American muscle to revisit one of the most iconic cars ever built, the 1970 Ford Mustang. When you hear the word Mustang, it instantly sparks images of roaring V8 engines, tire smoke, and long stretches of open highway. By 1970, the Mustang had already become a cultural phenomenon. First introduced in 1964, the Mustang created the pony car segment, small, stylish, and powerful cars aimed at younger drivers. But by the time the 1970 model rolled out, the Mustang had evolved into something more aggressive, more powerful, and more refined than ever. The 1970 Ford Mustang was part of the first generation but brought several changes that made it stand out. On the outside, it had a bolder and cleaner look compared to the '69 model. The dual headlights were moved back into the grille for a more focused, fierce appearance. The front end looked sharper, and the lines on the body gave it a fast and muscular stance even when it was parked. Buyers in 1970 had several trims and engine options to choose from, making the Mustang lineup incredibly diverse. The base model came with a 200 cubic inch inline-six engine, but let's be honest, most enthusiasts were after the V8s. And Ford didn't disappoint. There was the 302 volts 8, the 351 Windsor or Cleveland, and even a 390 big block. But the real monsters were the 428 Cobra Jet and the legendary Boss 302 and Boss 429, true high-performance machines built for racing and raw power. The Boss 302 was designed for the SCCA Trans Am series, putting out around 290 horsepower, though most experts agree it was underrated and actually closer to 330. It had a unique look with bold striping, front chin spoiler, rear window louvers, and a rear deck spoiler. This car was a street-legal race car. Then there was the Boss 429, a monster built for NASCAR homologation. It had a massive 429 cubic inch V8 that produced over 370 horsepower, though again, real-world figures were even higher. It came with a special engine bay redesign, heavy-duty suspension, and extremely limited production numbers, making it one of the rarest and most valuable Mustangs ever built. Inside the 1970 Mustang, the cabin was sporty yet surprisingly refined. The dashboard was driver-focused, with deep-set gauges and a three-spoke steering wheel. Bucket seats were standard, and optional upgrades included a wood-grain finish, AM/FM stereo, air conditioning, and high-back sport seats. Everything about the interior was made to make you feel like you were behind the wheel of something special. On the road, the 1970 Mustang was everything a muscle car should be: fast in a straight line, loud, powerful, and attention-grabbing. It wasn't built for tight cornering like European sports cars, but for sheer thrill and raw performance, it delivered in every way. One of the things that made the 1970 Mustang so appealing was how customizable it was. Buyers could spec their car as a basic commuter, a weekend cruiser, or a full-on track warrior. It appealed to everyone, from young gearheads to seasoned collectors, and that's part of why the Mustang became such a lasting icon. In 1970, competition was heating up with rivals like the Dodge Challenger, Chevrolet Camaro, and Pontiac Firebird stepping into the ring. But the Mustang held its ground with a combination of aggressive design, performance options, and an unbeatable cool factor. Today, the 1970 Ford Mustang remains one of the most beloved classic cars in America. Whether it's a base coupe, a Mach 1, a Boss 302, or a rare Boss 429, these cars continue to turn heads and command serious respect at car shows, auctions, and in private collections. It represents an era when American cars were bold, unapologetic, and built for drivers who wanted to make a statement. With its perfect blend of style, power, and performance, the 1970 Mustang is more than just a car, it's a legend. Thanks for watching Car Show 1. If you love muscle cars, classic icons, and everything on four wheels, make sure to hit that like button. Leave a comment about your favorite Mustang model, and subscribe for more amazing stories from the world of cars.